Hi there, I'm Simon from Astro and welcome to another night sky guide video for October 2025. So we've just finished up a Milky Way shoot here in Knowlton in the middle of the Cranbourne Chase Dark Sky Reserve, and it's a really nice place to shoot the Milky Way. October is the first full month of astronomical autumn, and it's when the change of seasons becomes most apparent. The skies are now beautifully dark early on in the evening. We are now truly within what many people consider the Aurora season. We're starting to see the return of the winter constellations, and there's a couple of meteor showers to enjoy too, so there's plenty to look forward to throughout the month of October. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Sunrise and sunset times throughout October will be as follows. On the 1st, the sun will rise at 7:11 am and set at 6:45 pm. On the 11th, the sun will rise at 7:29 am and set at 6:21 pm. On the 21st, the sun will rise at 7:47 am and set at 5:59 pm. And on the 31st, the sun will rise at 7:06 am and set at 4:38 pm. Moon phases now. The moon reached first quarter on the 30th of September and will start the month of October as a waxing gibbous. Full moon will be on the 6th, last quarter will be on the 13th, new moon will be on the 21st, and first quarter will be on the 29th. As usual, the moon will be paying some close visits to other celestial objects this month, and these meetings will be discussed in more detail in our highlights section. For all the Aurora chasers, we are now truly within the Aurora season, and the darker nights of October mean it will be much easier to spot the northern lights. Let's all keep our fingers crossed for more great displays, and if you would like to be kept in the loop with regular updates and alerts for possible Aurora displays, please follow our Facebook page. For Milky Way fanatics, October is unfortunately the end of the Milky Way core season here in the UK, with only those at the very south of the UK having a brief glimpse of the core as darkness falls. However, we still have lots of interesting sections of the Milky Way around, including the bright Cygnus region, which will continue to be prominent for some while to come. Onto general nighttime sights now. Looking towards the north throughout October, Lacerta the Lizard, King Cepheus and Queen Cassiopeia are high in the sky near the zenith in the middle of the night. Taurus the Bull and Auriga the Charioteer are now easily visible, with Orion the Hunter and the twins of Gemini below them rising in the east. The Great Bear Ursa Major can be seen just above the northern horizon, and Butes the Herdsman along with the northern crown Corona Borealis can be seen setting in the west. Looking south, the asterism the Summer Triangle remains prominent in the western skies. The Great Square Pegasus is beginning to dominate the south, riding high across the meridian, and the Princess Andromeda, including the amazing Andromeda Galaxy, reach their closest to the zenith. The zodiacal constellations of Aquarius and Pisces are now easy to observe above the southern horizon. The sea monster Cetus is continuing to rise higher in the southeast, with Aries easily observable above, and Aquila the Eagle, along with Capricornus the Sea Goat, can be seen beginning to set in the west. General bright planet viewing now. The observing window for Jupiter continues to improve throughout October, and as the month progresses, Jupiter will become much easier to spot as it continues to rise higher and move away from the Sun. Jupiter remains in Gemini throughout October. Evening planet Mars is unfortunately too close to the Sun and too low on the horizon to be observable this October, and will remain so for quite a while to come. Mars starts the month in Virgo and ends October in Libra. Throughout October, morning planet Venus will remain fairly easy to spot in the early morning eastern skies before sunrise, but is gradually moving closer to the Sun. Venus starts the month in Leo and wanders into Virgo on the 8th. October is an excellent time to observe Saturn, as the amazing ring planet reached opposition on the 21st of last month. Saturn remains within the boundaries of Aquarius throughout October. Despite reaching greatest eastern elongation on the 29th of this month, just like the red planet Mars, the speedy and elusive planet Mercury will likely be unobservable this month. Mercury starts the month in Virgo, but will move into Libra, where it will spend the majority of its time throughout October before wandering into Scorpius at the end of the month. And now a new addition to this month's Night Sky Guide, as we talk a little bit about a couple of special comets that are currently visiting our solar system. First up is comet C 2025 A6 Lemon, which will make its closest approach to Earth on the 21st at a distance of 0.58 AU. The night of the 21st will be free from moonlight as well, making this a great opportunity to observe this comet. A6 Lemon is currently displaying a green coma along with a sweeping tail and has been brightening steadily, and some forecasts predict that this comet may reach a magnitude of around 4, which means it may become visible to eye under dark skies, so definitely one to keep an eye on. Another comet to keep an eye on throughout October is Comet C2025 R2 Swan. This recently discovered comet has surprised astronomers with its sudden brightness and is displaying a tail that is a whopping 5 degrees in length. Although this comet is currently best seen in the southern hemisphere, northern observers will have a chance to observe this special icy visitor in early October, and its brightness may even rival A6 Lemon. For more up-to-date information on these comets, please follow our Facebook page. Okay, let's begin looking at our highlights for the month of October. There's a great selection of celestial events this month, and kicking off the month will be the moon visiting the ring planet Saturn. On the evening of the 5th, the 97% illuminated waxing gibbous moon will pay a close visit to the amazing ring planet Saturn. The pair will be well placed for observation and will be visible all night long too. The night of the 6th will host the full moon of October. Because this October's full moon is the closest to the autumn equinox, it is known to some as the harvest moon. Furthermore, due to the moon being near its closest distance to the Earth, this October's full moon will also be what is known as a supermoon and will appear larger and brighter than usual too. Don't worry if you don't get to see the moon on the 6th, it will also appear full on the nights adjacent to the 6th too. The night of the 9th hosts the peak night for the Southern Taurid meteor shower. The Southern Taurid shower is active between the 8th of September and the 20th of November, and under perfect conditions, the shower can produce up to 5 meteors per hour. Although the radiant is well placed for Northern Hemisphere observers, unfortunately for this year's Southern Taurids, the 88% illuminated moon will mean only bright meteors will be visible. This paired with the low rates of the shower mean it will be a challenge to observe any meteors by eye. However, there will be a few other minor meteor showers active at this time, and so if you are up for a meteor spotting challenge, head out on the 9th to see if you can spot any shooting stars. On the morning of the 10th, the 87% illuminated waning gibbous moon will travel in front of the Pleiades open star cluster, which is also known as the Seven Sisters. As the moon travels in front of the Pleiades, it will block some of its stars from view during an event that is known as an occultation. Unfortunately, this occultation will occur just as the skies start to become brighter during the morning twilight, and so the full event will not be visible. Look towards the southwest during the early morning just before dawn to observe this occultation, and a pair of binoculars or a telescope will help too. On the night of the 13th, the 47% illuminated last quarter moon will appear close by to and in between the gas giant Jupiter and the bright star Pollux of Gemini. Look towards the northeast at around 11 PM for a chance to observe this special meeting. In the early morning of the 15th, the 36% illuminated waning crescent moon will appear close by to the Beehive cluster. A pair of binoculars or a telescope will help you observe this celestial meeting. Look towards the northeastern horizon just after midnight to observe this meeting. In the morning hours of the 19th, the extremely thin 4% illuminated waning crescent moon will appear close by to the super bright planet Venus. This event will also be an excellent time to observe the effect known as Earthshine. Look towards the eastern horizon in the early morning before sunrise to observe this pairing. The night of the 20th will host the peak night for the Orionid meteor shower. The Orionid shower is active between the 1st of October and the 7th of November, and under perfect conditions, the shower can produce up to 20 meteors per hour. As the radiant is located in the constellation of Orion, the radiant is well placed for observers in the northern hemisphere during the early morning hours after midnight. The peak night of this year's Orionids also coincides with October's new moon, and so if the skies remain clear, we could be in for a good show. Although activity may be at its highest on the night of the 20th into the morning of the 21st, the night of the 21st, and also the adjacent nights of the 19th and 22nd may also show good activity. For more details on the Southern Taurid and Orionid meteor showers, including details on how to maximise your chances of seeing meteors, please read our comprehensive meteor shower posts on our Facebook page and website. On the 21st of October, the moon will reach its new phase, leaving the skies free from natural light pollution. This means the nights on and around the 21st will be ideal for viewing faint objects in the night sky and or taking photographs of the night sky. Although this highlight isn't an observable celestial event, it is still a moment worth taking note of. In the early morning of the 26th, daylight savings will no longer be in effect, and at 2 AM on the 26th, the clocks will go back 1 hour to 1 AM as British summertime reverts back to Greenwich Mean Time, also known as Universal Time. So on the night of the 25th, make sure to change any mechanical clocks in your home back an hour and enjoy your extra hour of sleep. And our final highlight for the month of October will be on the 29th, when the speedy and elusive planet Mercury will reach a point in its orbit around the Sun known as greatest eastern elongation. At this moment in time, Mercury will appear at its furthest distance away from the Sun in the evening skies from our viewpoint here on Earth. Greatest elongations are quite often the best time to spot the inferior planets in our solar system. However, due to Mercury being extremely low on the horizon, this will make it almost impossible to spot. However, if you want to have a go at spotting Mercury, aim your binoculars or telescope low towards the southwest just after sunset.
So that wraps up another month, and as you can see, there's plenty to look out for throughout the month of October. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the like button and leave us a comment in the comment section below. And as always, if you head out to enjoy the night sky at any time in the near future, we wish you good luck and clear skies.